And continuing on with low production value Friday, just something short here got my attention. I saw with a video I put together late last night that someone named Rogue Pawn retweeted my tweet, which was about a video I made last night about the Bumble ADL Jack Posobiec situation. Let me just find it up here. The video, you can find it yourself. At my Trump Nation, one of numerous channels I have, Bumble exposed as letting Anti-Defamation League vet users dox is conservative. And I wrote the comment, just work with me here. I just thought I explained it pretty well. How nice! Now the Stalinist secular Jews at the Anti-Defamation League are stealthily monitoring dating sites, making people hate Jews, including us, right of center, ones who try to practice actual Judaism. You'll notice very little activity from me online from sunset tonight, Friday night, until nightfall tomorrow, Saturday night. Well, I guess sunset wouldn't be night. It would technically be the very end of the afternoon. That much more. But I digress. So I looked up Rogue Pawn, and he wrote, "It is okay to be white." Isn't it usually "it's okay to be white" with an apostrophe between the it and the s? Whatever. As long as you are not, what is this word? Baizuo. Baizuo. Hashtag CalExit now. And apparently he's in Tokyo -2 Japan. I don't know why it's Tokyo To rather than just Tokyo. But so I was curious. I looked up what's a Baizuo, and so I looked up Baizuo, pronounced Baizuo. Oh, okay. Is a Chinese epithet meaning naive, Western-educated person who advocated for peace and equality only to satisfy their own feeling of moral superiority. Interesting. It says Western-educated rather than just Western. Baizuo only cares about topics such as immigration, minorities, LGBT. Actually, it's LGBTQ, or as I call it, LGBTQ STFU, or LGBTQ WTF, or many other variations. MSLGBT, a certain network, and the environment, while being obsessed with political correctness to the extent that they import backwards Islamic values for the sake of multiculturalism and also the sake of Democrat votes. Though that's more, under the border, south of the border type stuff. Continuing, the Urban Dictionary definition said the Chinese see the Baizuo as ignorant and arrogant Westerners who pity the rest of the world and think they are saviors. And the example they give is, my school is over budget, so they're cutting STEM classes because the gender studies and African studies departments put flyers up all over the school claiming it would be racist, sexist to cut their classes. Effing Baizuo. Okay, good example. And they use this as the picture. Now this picture, I don't know about it because there's a certain hippie aspect to it, and that's not the facial hair or necessarily the long hair. I don't necessarily associate with that. I associate that more with like Mr. Van Driesen from Beavis and Butthead. But of course, that show was in the early to mid '90s, especially, and he was basically a former hippie. Probably grew up in the '70s. So I don't know if that's the look. So I thought maybe Pajama Boy. You remember him? It's been over 4 years, by the way, since Pajama Boy was in the news. I don't think that's quite right because Pajama Boy was just a category of its own, and being a Jew, I recognize this sort of as the guy's clearly Jewish in this and in real life. The big-time liberal who portrayed Pajama Boy, I don't know what he was thinking. I guess we're not going to go there. But there's sort of too Jewish an aspect to him for him to be the poster boy. This is what I came up with. Now, tell me that is not a Baizuo based on the definition I provided there. Just a thought. I got to put my glasses on. I apologize that this is small, but it's so horizontal. I went to Wikipedia. Some additional insight there. The word Baizuo is according to political scientist Zhang Shenchen. Again, I don't speak Chinese, Mandarin, or Cantonese, whatever. I know there are 50 different Chinese languages or whatever. A Chinese word that ridicules Western liberal elites. He further defined the word Baizuo with the definition: people who only care about topics such as immigration, minorities, LGBT, again, no Q, and the environment, and have no sense of real problems in the real world. They are hypocritical humanitarians who advocate for peace and equality only to satisfy their own feeling of moral superiority. They are obsessed with political correctness to the extent that they tolerate backwards Islamic values for the sake of multiculturalism. They believe in the welfare state that benefits only the idle and the free riders. They are the ignorant and arrogant Westerners who pity the rest of the world and think they are saviors. So a lot of overlap there. The term has also been used to refer to perceived double standards of the Western media, such as the alleged bias on reporting about Islamic attacks in Xinjiang. Oh, there was reporting on that. I don't even know. I never hear about it, but I know the general situation. I don't know if that's related to the Uyghurs in southwest China, who've been there longer than the Chinese, by the way. The use of the word Baizuo, the Han Chinese. I know Chinese are more than just the Han Chinese, but the Han Chinese are basically achieved supremacy long ago. Reading two good books about the Mongol conquest now. Again, I digress. It continues, the use of the word Baizuo could be an insult on the Chinese internet. Interesting. Was there anything more here? No, that's about it. So just thanks, Rogue Pawn, for giving me a word of the day, and I have taken enough of your time.